Hey guys, Wired here. What I'm going to do for today's video is I wanted to talk about something that I know I had a few people ask about, something I kind of just want to touch on real quick as a person who wants to play, every deck in Standard, collect all the cards, watch my camera freeze, only the top tier stuff, is what the best way is to get cards in MTGA. Today's video, I wanted to go over some calculations that I did, so that way you guys are into it, you see what I'm doing, find out how fast my camera can freeze and how fast we can get cards into your collection. So let me head over to our MTGA tab. And so what I want to talk about first is I want to talk about the two types of currency in Magic the Gathering. We have gold and we have gems. Literally serve the same purpose. They're both ways that you can buy stuff in game. However, the difference being gold typically is just the in-game currency, whether it be through daily rewards, stuff like right here, or through the reset. So daily quests or daily rewards are how you're going to be the gold hands out in this game. And then as for gems, gems are mainly gotten through doing main events, stuff like drafts and sealed events. Obviously, if you want to put money into the game, that's the form of direct currency between real money and in-game money, as well as the new duplicate protection system, which I will touch on later. But first, to figure out how to get the most packs for our buck and those cards for our buck, we have to figure out how much each are worth. So, what I want to focus on here is we're going to head to the Ravnica Allegiance tab to see the number of packs we can get. So, one pack of Ravnica Allegiance is worth 1k gold, and 3 packs of Ravnica Allegiance is also worth 600 gems. So for this conversion, we're going to use, if we divide this by 3 to get 1 pack, it's going to be 200 gems per pack. So it's about 200 to 1,000 split, or a 5-to-1 ratio to make it easier. This isn't true for all of MTGA. For example, if we want to head over to the ranked core set, you can see here that it is a 5,000 gold to 750 gem difference, which is about a 20 to 30 ratio, I believe, which in reference to the other one, that was a 20 to 3, excuse me, which in reference to the other one was a 20 to 4 ratio. So in this event, it's cheaper with gems. In comparison to our current math, but for the sake of making math easier for the rest of the video, we're going to stick with 1 pack is equal to either 1k gold or 200 gems. That being said, this event is where I want to start, because obviously we want to see if we can get packs. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. If we get gold, should we spend it immediately on packs, or should we spend it on events? This being the only current one that you will spend gold for that is a limited event. I will go into the other events as well. So what this one is going to represent is how many packs do we get for this amount? This is 5k gold to enter this event, so we currently could be spending this on 5k or 5 packs instead. So what do we get out of this event? Well, we get 3 actual booster packs. For people who play the physical card game of Magic, you will know that a normal booster pack, one that I purchased IRL, will come with 15 cards. Only one of those being mythic rare, 3 of them being uncommon, and the rest being commons. Sometimes with a foil that can be any of those rarities. Obviously, with a more rare end, the higher up the chain of rarity you go. So if you are a person who is in need of commons and uncommons, definitely want to check this math out, as it'll be greater for you. But if you're like me and have about 100 plus uncommon wild cards that are just sitting in your account because you have no use for them, we're not going to worry about that math, mostly just the rares. That being said, we can see that this comes with 3 booster packs, in this case core set M19. And we've already lost 2 booster packs or 2k gold in the exchange. So how do we make up for that? Well, if we look at the prize structure, we can see that winning no games will give us 1 more pack. In fact, you get 1 pack no matter what. So we are actually back up to 4 packs, so we are only currently 1000k down. However, you can see, as from this first reward, that gems are the payout, not gold. So, using a conversion from earlier, we need to find a way to get 200 gold back, as that is the one last remaining booster pack, to break even. This hits at 2 wins in this game mode. So hitting 2 wins will have you break even. Technically, I'm going to focus on that in a second, as well as getting a 24% chance to getting another booster pack, making your winnings go up even greater. The only issue with that math is the fact that if you have 200 gems, if we go back to the store real quick, you can see that there is no lower item than the 600 gem marker, meaning that you can technically not buy that pack right away, even though you technically broke even. So therefore, we obviously need to notate that you either need to go through this process 3 times, getting 2 wins, going 2 and 3 in this format, and then you can be able to purchase these packs, breaking completely even, but taking up a lot of your time. So what would be a good percentage to pay off for that? Well, let's take a closer look at it. If we go back to that drafts page and we go up, we can see that at 5 wins, we get that 650 gems right away. So this is not breaking even anymore, we're going over. However, this will be the immediate payoff. Assuming you go 5 and 3 in this event, you currently have, with these 600 gems, the 50 being extra, so we won't count in the math, but that's 3 packs right there, the 3 packs from initially, and the 1 pack for your prize pool. You currently now have 7 booster packs for the price of 5. So already we can see the increasing value in this. So what about the other up to? Well, if we go up 1 more, you can see that we have 850 gems. So at this point, we have 4 packs, plus the ability to re-enter this draft format, meaning that we can do this process over again and try to get there again as well. Doing one of 2 things. First and foremost, is this clearly getting you more bang for your buck, as you are being shown that you are getting at least, since we got the 7 from earlier, this is going to be way more than the 7. Not too terribly more, that's an extra theoretical booster pack. Once again, the gem's not converting over, but assuming you go back into the draft, you get the 3 again, as well as whatever you play. So, showing you that this draft set will get you more packs than is not. But the other thing that we want to point out is once you hit this and re-enter, every time you go 6 wins, you will be able to re-enter, meaning that you can theoretically go infinite. You have to be good enough to game, and the more you rank up, the harder it'll be as your opponents get better and better as long as you do. So you do have to be cautious of that, meaning it's going to be difficult to go infinite, but still theoretically possible. Obviously, going 7 wins will get you that extra boost, and if you want to try to go infinite, will give you a little bit of a cushion. Maybe you don't have a great draft, maybe you hit one of the 5 or 4, but it allows you to keep re-entering, getting you more value over and over time. Only downside really being that you do go infinite, however, this will only be in the current draft rotation. This week being the Core Set 2019 draft. So you will only open cards from there. We'll go into duplicate protection a little bit later, however, because that math does definitely change it. But you can theoretically go infinite here by getting 6 wins, technically breaking even at 2 wins, and having an advantageous spot if you don't ever want to draft again at 5 wins. That being said, since this is the only limited format you can go into with gold, if you acquire enough gems, you can try to go into the other 2. The first thing I want to talk about is the traditional draft. Traditional draft costs 1,500 gems to get in. No way to pay with gold, so you do need to grab some gems, whether putting Curse the game or going through that ranked draft process over and over again successfully, acquiring enough gems. Once you hit that number, you can see here that you still get those 3 packs because it is a draft format, as well as even at 0 wins getting 1 more packed. So currently we are down, so with the math that we did earlier, we'd be at 800 gems. 800 gems, we still need 700 gems to make this up. Next one going up gives another pack, still needing 500 gems in total. But this one is already great. At this much, you get 3 packs and 800 gems, which means you get 6 packs in total. So that's 1,200 plus this 800 gems. you can use 600 of those right away to get your 3 booster packs, meaning that automatically you get 9 booster packs. The 600, 800, yeah, slightly more than what you would just going into this format. So you only need 2 wins to break even, but you only need 3 wins to go infinite. And that's where you need to focus. And you do get 4 extra booster packs for going. So at 3 wins, you can pay it off and immediately step back into this game mode. This is absolutely what I've seen to be one of my favorite ways of going infinite in this game. 3 and 2 is definitely still higher than the average. But like I said, the better you are at the game, the higher chance you have of going higher, and you'll have fallbacks. The highest one in this game is 2100 gems, meaning you'll have a 600 gem fallback, or if getting 2 of them, you will be able to lose 1 game and still be able to go infinite. Not the best roofing, but also not the worst. And you do get those 6 packs, so you're getting quite a lot of value for those cards. The other limited format in this game, we're going to go ahead and over to, sealed. So sealed costs 2k gems, so there's definitely got to be a lot of recovery here. The first thing that we should get shown is that since it is a sealed event, we get 6 packs, in this case Ravnica Allegiance, adding up to initial value of 1200. We also see that the 0 prize gem pool is 3 packs. Get another 600, that is 1800, and 200 gems. So you don't even have to win this one to break even. This is by far the best entrance cost, because even if you lose every game, you still get exactly what you put in. And obviously you've got the 200 gem issue once again, because you can't just spend 200 gems, but you theoretically just get free back exactly what you paid for. So we want back. The only real up step that we can go here, obviously, each one being worth more and more as we go on, but we really want to focus on how much do you need to go infinite in this mode. Well, this one does require you to go 6 and 3. Very on the high side, and requires you to have a really good sealed pool. But once you hit there, you not only get the 9 packs in total, 6 from the drafting and the 3 packs for playing this game mode, but like I said, you get that re-entrance, and you can do this over and over again, essentially netting you 9 packs over and over again. Sure, only of Ravnica Allegiance, but it is an infinite amount. Now, the other thing I wanted to move on to are not the wild cards, the duplicate protection cards. So if you guys haven't seen already, if you are opening, let's say, a pack of Ravnica Allegiance, and you have every rare in Ravnica Allegiance, if you open a rare from that set, you will get a card that says you get 20 gems, or you get 20 in-game currency. This will happen also if you, let's say you're playing a sealed pool, and you already have, Ravnica Allegiance, you already have 4 Theater of Horrors, but you just cracked a pack for your sealed pool, and one of your sealed cards is a Theater of Horrors. Obviously, you need to play that card in the sealed tournament, or sealed league, however you want to say this, but once you are done with that league, you will get the 20 gems for free, because that is the duplicate protection process. So if you open that, it's not a lot of gems, but over the course of the game, if you keep doing the same draft format over and over again, you are going to get a lot of gems stockpiled up, helping your numbers in this case. So limited formats in this game are a great way to acquire cards, and a great way to, obviously, as you can see, go infinite, considering how good at the format you are. And of course, the more times you do this, the better you're going to get naturally. So it's just going to improve your odds every time. Maybe not in ranked, because ranked's a little questionable, because, higher you are, higher your opponents get, then higher you get. So that one's back and forth. Think of it like playing current rank standard. Obviously, if you're typically like a gold player or platinum player, and they start you off in bronze, you're going to be crushing those ranks real fast. I literally tried one ranked draft earlier today, just because I wanted to test it out, and I 7-2'd that draft. I went right past, because I'm a fairly decent Magic player, and I didn't have participated in a ranked draft before, so I was in bronze rank. So I had people playing against me that were in bronze rank, and not to discredit people at that rank, but it's the difference of like why some players are pro and some players are not, because some players understand how the game works better, know what cards they're looking for, have better ways to build their deck around, and so the higher on the mtg food chain, if you were, that you are, the better you are going to be at the game, and the easier time you're going to have against the earlier opponents who are not 100% understanding of the game yet. So obviously at the lower ranks, you're going to crank through them, get a lot of gems. That's where the 1k gems came from today. First place, like I said, 7-2, that draft got 1,000, so I can re-enter that draft theoretically, go infinite, right? But it will get hard if the fire go up. I know the other thing too, speaking of that ranked, if you go to your profile, you can see that there are tiers, and you can see the season payouts for those tiers. I don't really want to talk about that as like a, oh, you also get this if you go in a rank, because these are going to happen once at the end of every season. And that's honestly just not going to be good enough to justify me adding those numbers in, as you can see, even just getting the mythic maxes you out of 5 packs, which is something that we could do in literally just one draft. So don't really want to include these into the numbers. The other events that we can talk about, which are the mostly gold events, we can head into the constructed event. So this is going to be 500 gold or 95 gems to get in. 500 gold, you will go infinite once you hit 4 wins, 3 losses. Since there's no pack input or output, can't really do that there. So this is really what's going to be your break even, though you do get 3 at least uncommon cards to go with it. For people who are trying to build a collection with rares that they need, the first rare that you'll get is 1 win above that at 5 wins, where you get at least 1 rare and at least 2 uncommons, as well as 600 gold payouts, getting you over. And once you hit the maximum, you get 1 more will get you the 2 rare minimum. Obviously, you can go infinite in this mode. Constructed event is literally just bringing a standard deck into this game mode like you would ranked. It's just the same one over and over again. You fight opponents till you hit X and 3. So that's the constructed event. Good payoffs, especially if you're trying to build a collection. The other way to do it is if you go to the traditional constructed. This is a best of 3 mode for constructed. So this is typical to the normal Magic the Gathering constructed events. It's 1,000 gold to get in, or 190 gems to participate in this one. You will break even at just 2 wins, so that's really good. You only get 3 uncommons though, so not really worth it. So you kind of want to hit over that, because like I said, unless you're trying to fill out your collection with the uncommons, there's no real reason to be like, oh yeah, I got the 2, like it's perfectly fine. Nah, for this, looking for that at least 1 rare, next win up at 1,500 gold. And if you want to get guaranteed 2 rares, you are going to need to get up to the 5 win ceiling. I will say though, if you hit like high up, for example, this 5 win ceiling, as you can see, the gold payout is 2,100, meaning you entered this event twice again. So it's a matter of, you got to take into account not only what formats you're good at, but just how good of a Magic player you are in general. That'll kind of give you a brief idea, and you can be like, oh, I am really good at best of 1 draft, so I'll probably hit 5 and 2 consistently in those formats, or 5 and 3. And maybe I'm just not the greatest at sealed, though the fallout's pretty simple. I'd rather try to go infinite in another mode because I think I'm good enough at draft formats. So this really comes down to you knowing yourself, what you're good at and what your strong suit is. And obviously if you're brand new to the game, or a returning player who hasn't played in a while and needs a real fresh, refresher course, it's obviously, I would recommend trying the draft events. They're a lot of fun for those of you who haven't tried. The more you play, the better you get, the higher percentage you'll win, the more rewards you get, and the better chance you have of going infinite in this game mode. As of those are currently the best ways to fill out your collection, versus just like buying booster packs. If you are buying booster packs, however, you do have to take into account the new duplicate protection system. If you're like, man, I really like all these Ravnica Legions cards, man, just fill out your collection with those. If you're out of rares for those will be turned into gems that you can fill out the limited formats. But if you complete the collection, you're like, okay, well, I got Ravnica Legions. Let's go to the Ixalan block. Let me get some of those Ixalan cards and start completing them out there. So yeah, guys, that is currently the best ways to get cards in Magic, showing you with some mathematics that I pulled up so we can get those cards ready for you and get those deck lists brewing. My name is Wyatt, and I hope you guys have a absolutely fantastic day. See you around, guys.